This is the plaintiff, Freddie Torres. He says he and the defendant purchased a boat together. He sunk a whole bunch of money into it, and then the guy refused to put the ownership papers in both of their names. Since the defendant refuses to register the boat in his name too, he wants all his money back and can't seem to get it without some help from this court. He's suing for $3,602.93, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Lawrence Davis. He says instead of the boat being called the Wild Thing, it should be called the Money Pit. He should have known better than to trust the 55-year-old man with a ponytail. The guy's a scammer who goes by the nickname of Freddie the Fraud. And once the judge hears the testimony, she'll agree. He's accused of sinking a partnership. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for money he put into the boat.
Okay, Freddie Torres, you are suing your boat partner, Lawrence Davis, for $3,602.93 that you say is owed to you for money that you have paid into a boat, and you want out of this little business deal you struck. Tell me what's happening.
In November, Lawrence and I decided to purchase a boat together.
How long have you guys known each other?
About 10 years.
Okay, and were you friends?
Yes.
How did you know each other?
I fished in Co-op City at a wall, and Mr. Davis came down to the wall to learn how to fish, and that's how we met.
Okay, did you teach him how to fish?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and so would you socialize away from the wall?
On occasions, but very rarely. We maybe had a drink together.
So what on God's green acres would cause you to believe that it would be a good idea to own a boat together?
Last year we fished together. I bought an aluminum boat. He bought a motor. We put his motor on my aluminum boat, and we had a great time fishing together.
Okay.
And then Mr. Davis and I decided that we wanted to upgrade to a bigger boat.
Okay.
And that's how this whole thing came about.
So you decide to buy a boat together, and how much does the boat cost, Mr. Davis?
$1,500.
All right, from each of you, or that's what the boat cost?
That's what the boat cost.
What were you getting for $1,500?
It was a piece of junk.
Right. So tell me be more specific.
Well, it was a bow runner.
Okay.
And it's a 16-foot boat.
Okay. And the idea is what? That you're going to own this boat together and sharing the expenses and the joy and...
That was the idea.
How'd that work out for you?
It went amok.
Really?
We disagreed on everything.
Really? And did it cost a lot of money?
After we took a look, after we stepped onto the boat, we found that everything about the boat was rotten.
Would you guys share a girlfriend? Or a wife?
Of course not.
Okay. So this idea of sharing a boat together lasted just about how long before it went right in the toilet?
We bought the boat in November.
Okay.
So what we did was we brought the boat back to New York and put it in City Island Marina. And then we discovered that the boat needed certain repairs. We knew that the motor had to be refurbished. But when
So the two of you set about to do the repairs, and some of it you did yourself and some of it you paid people, correct?
We only paid Mr. Walker to refurbish the motor. We did...
When did things go wrong for you?
Things went wrong when we bought a piece of marine wood. We went to Home Depot. We picked up the piece of wood. We picked up some screws. Okay? As we went to the counter, Mr. Freddie paid for it. But before he paid for it, the wood that he wanted to purchase, right, didn't have a label on it. Freddie disappears, right? I'm waiting at the counter. He comes back with the 6-foot piece of wood with a $2.88 label on it. The lady doesn't know what the thing cost, right? It obviously costs about $20, right? Freddie pays for it, and I just look at him in amazement. I threw that piece of wood out. I wasn't having no bad luck piece of wood on my boat, you know?
You were mad because he had put the boat in only his name.
Can I explain?
Yeah, tell me what happened there.
On a Monday morning, I'm in Staten Island putting up doors. I work for a door company. Mr. Davis calls me from the motor vehicles in Yonkers. He says, you have to get down here to sign these papers. I'm registering the boat.
Did you know he was going to register the boat?
No, ma'am. We were supposed to do this.
What did he just assume that you could? Did you assume you could put both names on there without him?
He told me I could put his name on the title and registration.
Okay, so he goes there, and that turns out not to be the case.
That's not true.
Okay, either way, it's not the case, and so you can't make it on short notice like that.
He calls me and tells me that I have to come down and sign the papers. I tell him I can't come down and sign the papers. Bring the papers back. We will sign the papers together. Then either you can go back and register it, or I'll go back and register it. He says that he's just spent 2 hours sitting down waiting for his turn to come up, and that he didn't have the time to do this again, that he was going to register the boat in his name.
So you let him put the boat in his name entirely.
I let him put the boat in his name.
And then it makes you angry later when he's going around town telling everybody how the boat's in his name.
Well, it's
not just telling everybody else, it's sort of muscling you, according to you.
It's a lot more than that. We took the boat out of the water. We put the boat in the water, and I discovered that the boat had some leaks in it. So I took the boat out of the water to fix the leaks. Mr. Davis was there the day that they took the boat out of the water. Somebody told him that the transom was weak, okay? He told me that we had to repair the transom. I said, Mr. Davis, I'm going to put the boat back in the water to determine for myself how bad the transom is. He told me that I could not put the boat back in the water because all the papers were in his name, the insurance was in his name, and he was afraid that I was going to sink the boat. I told him that I was a responsible person and that I could determine whether or not the transom needed to be fixed. Since I was the one that was going to fix the transom, I had done most of the work on the boat. I had cut the tank out of the boat. I had changed all the hoses on the boat. I had done most of the manual labor on the boat. So I knew that I was going to have to fix the transom. I also knew that it was going to cost us a lot more money, right? And I wasn't willing to spend the money without my name being on the boat.
So, owning a boat together, good idea or bad idea?
It was a good idea. I have no, How long
was it a good idea? Because I've heard nothing but bad things.
Well, it was a good idea until Mr. Davis decided that he didn't want to put my name on the boat.
You didn't see that one coming either, right?
Well, my wife saw it coming because she told me.
Sure, come on up, wife. I'm sure she saw it coming. She's crawling out of her skin right now.
Oh, yes, I am.
So would you buy a boat with a friend?
I would definitely not buy a boat with a friend.
Why?
I think there's too much maintenance on the boat. There are too many issues that can come up, and it can really challenge the friendship quite a bit.
What about you?
I would definitely not buy a boat with a friend unless we had a clear-cut contract written out exactly when we could sell it, when we could upgrade it, and all those other things.
Okay, I'll try a different one. Would you ever buy a boat, period?
No.
You know what they say, right? Two happiest days of a boat owner's life? The day they buy it, the day they sell it. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, I saw that there was going to be a problem from the beginning because both of these guys, appeared to know everything. So the problem occurred when Mr. Davis continued to refuse to put my husband's names on the boat.
Is it true that you refused to put the boat in his name after
Your Honor,
you had
that's a lie.
lucked out and put it only in yours?
It's a lie, Your Honor.
Okay.
I called him and I said to him, you gotta come here.
Did you ever use the boat? Did you ever go out on the boat?
No, ma'am.
Now, according to you, you didn't want him to take the boat out because it wasn't seaworthy.
It wasn't safe. It needed a steel 3/16 plate, which I tried to get him to get, but he went and did some shenanigans and bought a 2/16 plate, which could not support the engine. It would have broke off, he would have died, and they would have came after me.
Because the boat's in your name.
Yeah, and the boat is only in, Your Honor. Your Honor.
When did this transom incident happen?
Because
What month did this transom thing happen?
sometime in May.
So now when it happens, tell me what you say to him.
So I told him at that point that I had had enough of the partnership. That was it.
Can I see the bills that you're asking me, Judge, I want out of this business. I want to take my part out. I want you to force, essentially, him to buy you out. That's what this lawsuit's about.
Yeah, I informed
And so the question becomes, are you, someone in your position, when you make a bad business deal like this and you end up essentially married to somebody you don't want to be married to, how is it that we divide, how courts divide the pots and pans of, but I paid for this screw at Home Depot, and I paid for this other thing, and I want to get paid now for all the hours I put into it. And this is like tough stuff. It's messy, it's not scientific, and it's your fault that it's not. Because you guys We're sharing a wife. That's what it is. Unless you've met the guy you want to share a wife with, don't have a partner on a boat. Is it accurate that the docking fee was $1,200?
Docking fee was 12.
What's your counterclaim of $5,000 against him?
All the work that he was supposed to help me with.
Can I ask you guys a question? What do you guys think happens now? What do you think happens now?
I don't know what happens now.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what happens
And I'm
now.
not a bully.
This is like any other business, okay? You guys invested in this. Then you invested time and sweat and money because a boat is a money pit, and then it didn't work out. So now he wants you to buy him out, and then it's all your boat, okay? So he has certain complaints because he put in a lot of his time that he wants to get paid for, a lot of actual money at actual receipts for Home Depot or whatever else trying to upgrade it. Docking fee that he feels like I didn't even get a chance to use a boat, Judge, so what was the point in my paying all those months of dock? So he wants every little penny he ever put in. From their perspective, they want every penny they ever put in like it never really happened. It's like it never really happened. That's not going to happen because that was part of the risk that he took in entering this. But you want not just for him to lose everything, but then to pay for future repairs because you want somebody. See, well, the problem is you both want to own your own boat, but you both need somebody else to help shoulder the expenses. So now that we're here, both of you want the other guy to shoulder all of the expenses. Put your hands down because I really don't want to hear another word from anybody in this room. Okay? So here's what's going to happen. Okay? What's going to happen here now is what Douglas likes to call
a little rough justice here.
That's right. This is what we call in Spanish un arroz con mango, a rice with mangoes. You can't tell where the rice begins and the mango ends. Okay? And whose fault is that? Yours. On your counterclaim against him, 0. I am going to do what we call in the law partition this piece of property so that I separate each of your interests in it. I'm going to order a number to be paid to the plaintiff, and at that point there's not even any paperwork to do since you never bothered to make sure that it got into your name. It's already in his name. I find in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of $2,200. That's my verdict.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if the defendant's satisfied with how this comes out. What do you think of this outcome?
I think it's lousy.
You got the boat now.
Yeah, I got the boat. And I don't have any bad luck anymore, right? Because he's not on it, just like that piece of wood.
You guys were old friends for such a long time.
Yes, we were. Until he started to dictate policy about everything that had to be done. It ruined our relationship.
Why, you saw a different side of him now?
I don't even want to talk about him anymore.
All right.
Okay?
Right around there. All right, so step on in here. There goes your old friend, right around the corner there.
That's what happens.
What
Justice has been served. That's all. I mean, he didn't want to put the boat in my name. He became more possessive.
Isn't it amazing how a boat can come between two old friends like this?
Well, that's...
Well, when a person is not being upright and forthcoming, as Mr. Davis was, he was given every opportunity to own up to his partner, that the boat belonged to both of them.
You're going to miss your friendship with him?
That. No.
That's what she says. I'm actually going to miss his friendship because I liked fishing with him. He was I mean, the times that we had together, man, were great.
Go to Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, she's exactly right. That if you end up buying a boat, anything else with somebody like this, and you have to figure out who gets to use it when, who pays for repairs, when do you sell it, you need a contract where it lays out exactly the rights and responsibilities of everybody. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.